Hi everybody, it's me, Miss Shaylin, and we are here for another craft time. Today, we are making little puppets. Now we're making dogs today. You can make this whatever animal you want. It can be super duper fun, but let me show you all the things that you're going to need. So you have a few different options. First, you are going to need a toilet paper roll. I've already cut this one up for our project today. You're going to need your toilet paper roll and you're going to cut it into 1/3 and 2/3. That's about what this is. This one piece is about the size, it's 1/2 of the piece I have left. So if you were going to cut it into thirds, cut 1/3 off, and then you're going to have your other 2/3 for the body. You're also going to need some string or some yarn. I've already cut this one. I'm also dropping things on the floor. But I've already cut this one into all the sizes that I need, but you can use string, you can use yarn. This is just a random colorful thing that I found and chopped up into some pieces. You're going to need some construction paper. You can use white paper, you can use colored paper. For this one, I used construction paper and I cut out little circular shapes to glue onto it to make these spots for my dog. The first one I did, I just drew some spots onto the white piece of paper. So you could use markers, crayons, you can use anything you want to decorate it. Next, you're gonna need some little beads or even some pasta for his little feet to weigh down his feet and make the strings hang. And last, not last, but one of the biggest things we're going to need are some popsicle sticks or some craft sticks. These are craft sticks. They're also ones that you would use to make like cake pops, but you can use anything. You can even use a pencil if you didn't have anything else to use. You're also going to need some scissors and some tape, very important. And I already mentioned markers. All right, so let's get started, shall we? If you made my first craft with me, if you made a maraca, then you'll already know how to do this. You're going to cut out long strips of paper to cover the body of your dog. So you do this by marking out the length of your roll on your piece of paper and then cutting out the whole strip so you have enough to cover your toilet paper roll. We're going to start, let's not let him roll away. We're going to start by taking that piece of tape and we are just going to line up our piece of paper and we are going to tape the end of our piece of paper onto our roll. Then we're going to roll our piece of paper all the way around till it connects on the other side. And we're going to tape it together. Very nice. The little edge of my spot is coming off, so I'm just going to tape him on there. All right, first part done. We're going to do the same thing for the head. This little piece is your head. So we're going to do the same thing, line up the bottom, stick that tape on there, and wrap it all the way around. And then just tape it on the other side. Bam! Next for our head, we're going to tape that little end piece on there. I drew a little face on this. You may be inclined to do so as well to make your dog look like he has a face. You wouldn't want a faceless dog. That's a little bit weird. So we're going to line that up just like we did on our maracas to cover up the end. Except this time we're going to be careful to not completely cover up his face with tape. And we're just going to tape that guy on there. Usually 4 pieces of tape is best to secure all sides of your dog's face. Don't want that going anywhere. It's very important. And you can reach in there and kind of secure the tape from the inside. It's a pretty snazzy part of this piece being so small. All right, we have our face on our dog. Now, we're getting serious. So, we are going to take our string. Actually, we're going to put our ears on our dog first. I'm sorry. All right. We are going to bend this 2 times. We're going to bend him right in the middle. And we're going to bend him right at the end. You're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. All right, you're going to do the same thing. The other side, you're gonna bend it in half, and then you're gonna bend the end. You have this little accordion ear. We're gonna stick those right on there. So this one is gonna go on this side, I think. Yeah. Tape that on there. Ooh! And now grab your other ear. And tape him on there too. Bam. Right on there. Might need a second piece of tape to make that secure. Use as much tape as you want. Tape is a magical thing. Alright. And now, our dog has ears. Beautiful. He's gorgeous. I love him. Now we're gonna actually get started putting this together. This is the complicated part, so stay with me. Here's our stick. This is what allows us to turn our dog into a puppet. It's what creates his whole shape, and it's what keeps him together. So it's very important. We are going to attach our strings. First, let me tell you about your strings, okay? So the strings that are going to connect your dog to your stick. You're gonna need 3 different lengths of string. You need a long one, a medium-sized one, and a shorter one. These still all need to be pretty decent lengths of string. I would say this one is about 5 inches. This one is maybe 6 or 7, and this one is probably about 8 inches. That's what that looks like to me. You can measure that out. This one is going to hold the head. The shortest one is going to hold the head. The middle-sized one is going to hold the front of the body. And the longest one is going to hold the end of the body and also create the tail. So, first, we are going to do our longest string. We're going to start by attaching it to the very end of our stick. We want it to be all the way at the end. So you can stick your string in the middle of your tape. Put it right on the end there. And wrap that boy around. Beautiful. I would secure it just to make sure it's stuck on there extra super duper good. And voila! It's on your stick. We are going to take the body of our dog, tape side down, the line side down, I would say for aesthetic purposes, and we're going to connect it like right here so the end sticks off and makes a tail. Yeah? So let's take some more tape. Told you we're using lots of tape today. You're gonna get that little tail sticking off there, and you're gonna tape him down. Bam! And you have a tail. Alright, so now we have to do the front of our body. So we got our medium-sized string. You're gonna measure it. We're gonna start with taping it to our dog. So start with taping it down, line it up with the other one. Tape that string down. And now you can figure out exactly how long it needs to be the same length as the other one. Beautiful. You can kind of wrap it around the top, and we're going to tape it. Taping it is the most complicated part. If you have any extra, you can go ahead and chop it off. We don't need it. Ooh, beautiful. And there you go. There's the body of your dog. Snaz and a half, if I do say so myself. All right. Next up is the head. Now the head is going to hang about right here. We want the bottom of our head to line up with the top of our body. And we're actually going to use a tiny little piece of string and stick that together. So they have to line up. So that's what we're going to be extra super duper careful of. So first, we're going to tape our string to our head so that we can measure it perfectly to connect it to the string. So we're going to put that tape on there. Tape it right in the middle of the head. Actually, we're going to tape it a little bit more forward. Bam. Right in the middle of the head. How did I tape the other one? Right in the middle of the head. All right, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. It's hanging down just a little bit. I think if you put the tape more forward, if you put the string more forward, his head won't hang down quite as much. Oh, that's why. I have it the other way. Flip it around, and now it'll pull it up. Okay. So we're going to put it back there and do it this way, and now his head tilts up, which is what we would prefer, I think. We want him looking up instead of looking down. So now we're going to line this up. Mine is about right there, I want to say. So I'm going to go ahead and tape my head right there. Bam. Let's tape him down. You can cut off your extra. Boop. And do another little round of tape to secure that on there. Beautiful. All right, now his head's on there, but it's kind of doing whatever it wants. So we're gonna remedy that situation because you don't want your dog looking backwards all the time. That's kind of funky. I'm gonna stick that string right in the middle of our tape, and we're gonna stick the string to the bottom of the head. So right in there. Right in there. And then it's gonna attach to the top of the body. So we're gonna get a second piece of tape. Put it on there facing the opposite direction, and we're gonna stick it to the top of our body. Now, he's looking the correct direction. Hooray, we love it. All right, next we're gonna stick his legs on because he needs little feet. To make his little feet, you're gonna take your string. These are all the same length. He can have super long legs, he can have super stumpy legs. You can choose, but they're all gonna be the same length because he would look a little bit weird if his legs were not all the same length. And we are going to tape our string to, it's a little bit too long of a piece of tape for me. And we are going to tape him to our little bead. Like I said, you can use pasta, you can use anything you want. Let me make all these little feet. Same deal for every single one. You're just gonna stick that tape right on there. If you have a piece of string or yarn that's less slippery than the kind that I have, you can actually tie it. I can't tie this one because it's so shiny and slippery that I have to tape it. So that's why I'm taping mine. But if you're using yarn, you could definitely just tie it on there. Got all our little feet and one more little foot to go. And bam. All right, now we have all of our little feet. We're gonna attach them to our dog. So with our front legs, we're going to want to tape them going this way. It's gonna push them forward. If you do them this way, his legs are gonna look like they're in the wrong spot. So you're gonna put it this way, yeah? And that's gonna go right on the front. You see that it hangs off to the front. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Stick that on there. We're gonna come to the other side of our dog. And we're gonna make it even. We're gonna try to make it even. And there are his front legs. He's beautiful. Now we're gonna put his back legs on. Same deal. Except this time we're gonna do it the opposite direction. So instead of going forwards, we're gonna go backwards. Very snazzy, I know. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Remember, for the back legs, you want to flip them around this way. Then, when you pick him up, he's got 4 legs and you have a dog. And there's your... now I have 2 dogs. Now I have 2 because I am just the luckiest camper in the world. So you can turn all of your toilet paper rolls into dogs. You can turn them into cats, you can turn them into lions, you can turn them into whatever 4-legged creature you want. I hope you have an awesome time making this craft. I had a fun time doing it too, and I will see you next time.